Good evening, everybody, and hello from the Taco Adventure. Dude, I can't wait to see you, man. Looking forward to it. We're gonna have a good time. Have a safe flight. So hello, good evening. Happy to see you all. Welcome to How to Cook Tom Does Disney Tacos with your friend Tom. I started the stream by showing you all the ingredients that you'll need. If you didn't see them, scrub back, watch the ingredients. Welcome, one and all, how to cook the Tom Does Disney signature taco dish. This thing is bomb. What's up, Barito? What's up, Barito, huh? We had a long day, didn't we, at the dog park? First thing I'm doing is making myself a coffee. Might as well finish cooking, then I'll bring that trash out after. Bring the trash out after. first step to making the tacos is you gotta make yourself a drink. Because tacos require being some form of, if you're gonna make tacos, you gotta be kind of drunk. You gotta be kind of drunk if you're gonna make tacos, you know? Just comes with the turf. You may recognize this as Colortopia's area loop. Looks like the sun is going to go down and it's going to storm finally. I'm saying it's going to do it for a few days. But it looks like today it might actually happen. Of course, we had the hailstorm the other night that I posted. Today we're doing a big drink. This thing's gonna have a lot of power. We're gonna have lots of power in this thing. Because it is getting 6 shots of espresso. Are you ready? Are you ready, dog, for this? This is gonna be the best. Oh my God, taco pan, we can start warming up. Espresso's brewed and ready to rock. Up next, we need the secret ingredient. The secret ingredient to all things. First, you got to get all that sugar at the bottom, break it up, and get it incorporated into the nice hot coffee. I'm going to show you the process. You're going to learn 2 things today: how to make the signature Tom Does Disney drink and tacos. This is the signature Tom Does Disney Espresso Martini. I'm going to teach you how to do it right here. We're starting strong today. 6 shots of hard brewed espresso, not watery, which sometimes I'll brew a waterier kind of espresso if I want more of an Americano style thing. Today, nice, good, frothy espresso. So it looks like our sugar's melted. When our sugar's melted, we're gonna add our secret ingredient. Now the key here is to get the right color. If you've watched enough of this, you'll know. What's up, Courtney? How you doing, my friend? If you have watched enough of me stream, you'll know. It's usually right about there is good. Ariana, hello. That would keep you up all night. No, you'd be all right. So you throw that in there and watch the color start to change. You see that? It's already happening. It's already beginning its process. Yes. The modification. See how it's becoming more of a mud color? Now if you put cream in there, it would do a similar thing, but you'd have to put a very light amount. And the reason I choose the Haagen-Dazs is because it is so delicious when incorporated into here. It almost has, in a certain way, an affogato vibe. What we'll do, this is what I like to do to test where the coffee's at, is I like to take one big chunk and take a little. That's good. Dude, you wait till you see what I'm about to get down on this taco game. You know, wait till you see this taco game. All right, so this is the color we're looking for, kind of a muddy water. Hi, bumpers. Uncle T, essential ingredient. If not, you're just working with some kind of a coffee drink. Down goes my cat. Uncle Tito's handmade vodka. This is my cup, okay? Do not be afraid of how much of this you're going to use in 6 shots of espresso. You could feel free to use about as much as this as you want. So we're gonna go with what I would believe to be about a 3 to 4 ounce pour, which would be about there-ish. I feel like that. Actually, you know what? The 6 shots, I think we could add just a little another half ounce on top. We should have in here about 4.5-4-ish ounces of vodka, which is a good measurement. If you wanted to measure it out, you could measure it all out. You don't need to. All right, give that a nice little stir. The Tito's is nice and cold. The ice cream was cold, so it's already brought our hot coffee. Wow, my accent there. Our hot coffee. We've got our hot coffee that is now cooled down because it's got super cold vodka and ice cream in there. Now, if you want to put the extra effort in, I would recommend putting this in the freezer for about 15 minutes. But because I want to sip, I'm going to skip that step. And I'm just going to pack a cup full of ice and do a quick shake. Because that is just as effective. Okay? Grab your cup. For me, it's this Purvis. Very similar to what you'd use in a bar. Stainless steel. shaky, shaky. Gets that nice frothy goodness. What's up, Carolina Tom, Heather? Hope everybody's having a good night. Appreciate y'all. Would you use the ranch ice cream for an affogato? Oh my God, that stuff was rough. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here to my ice machine. I'm gonna pack it full of ice. Yum, yum, yum. Who doesn't love ice? That's a little trick that I like to do is because I want this thing to be pretty cold. I'll take another tumbler here. Ooh. There we go. That's good. Now we can get some more on top. Do that again. This is going to create like basically a barrier of ice in there. When you compress ice down into a big thing, it's much harder for it to break up. And I can feel that that is like just a solid little... Oh, look at that. It'll actually kind of come out as a solid rock. You see that? I'm not going to go all the way, but you see how it compresses it all into one big... So now we've got our big compressed piece of ice. Again, if you can put it in the freezer, you wouldn't have to worry about all this. You could just throw it on some ice and stir, and it'd be delicious. But for me, because I want it fast, I'll make my nice compressed thing of ice here. This is the part that we have to be careful about. So I have a nice Spirit jersey on that I'm not trying to wreck. So let's put a nice top on this. Let's remember how my best shake is like that right there. Okay, so let's get this has got to be a smooth motion here. I'm not even going to be able to show it to you because it's not in the right angle, but we got to do it over there. Here we go. So we want to get this in fast. We want to get this top down. Oh, actually, you know what? Our top might not go down. We might have to think about this real quick. Hold on, hold on. So if I pour it on top, it will melt a little bit. I'm going to hope that this works. And it's going to melt right enough of the top that I can fit this on there. Here we go. Wow, I actually had just a little too much. I couldn't even fill it up completely. Wow, what a huge overfill that is. Which makes it very dangerous to shake this up anywhere besides way away from my body. Oh. I can take this, put it in the freezer as a little shot for later. A little shot for later. Shot for later. Shot for later. Ooh, shot for later. Ooh, shot for later. Ooh, shot for later. Okay, and that is that. Boy, howdy. And there you have it. Cheers. Yum. Let's do this. It's taco time. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Okay, we've got over here. Let's get this thing moved a little bit, right? We've got our pan ready to rock. So we're going to take our ground beef. Because we are making tacos, taco seasoning, I will not season this meat. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands because I touched the meat. You gotta give a quick wash of the hands. All right. If you guys were here last night, I also feel terrible about forgetting Dawn in the chat, but this is another day where I would always mention Dawn because she got me this thing. All right, so I like to do this a little bit just to give it a little bust up. Keep that stuff moving. I'm gonna turn my pan up just a little bit. Could use a little bit, a lot of fat on this. I got the fatty meat. I usually don't get the fatty meat, but Jenna told me that the best tacos have fatty ground beef. So that's what we've got this time. Usually I'd be using about the leanest meat I can get my hands on. That's the old meat. The old tacos. Okay. So we're gonna let that meat cook up. We've got our seasonings. We got our creme. We need a little bit of water. There's no other thing here. There it is. We also need water. Alright, so for me, when it comes to ground beef, there's a couple things that it's important to me. First of all, I really need my ground beef to be broken down very thoroughly. In a very methodical way. So as you see, I keep moving it around, I keep breaking it up, trying to get a nice even brown. I'm putting some of the raw stuff towards the middle of the pan where it'll cook more. Taking some of that browner stuff towards the outside. But all the while I'm just working it. If I see anything that's a little too big, try to bust it up, you know. This is, I think every dish that you make has to have a certain amount of love that you put into it. For the steaks, it would be like the searing and that process of seasoning. You know, for this, it's more about the breaking up of the ground beef. Also, like the spring rolls, it's important to make sure that the sauce is right and that it's not too liquidy. Alright, so we're good. We're browned up here. We're going to turn our pan way down to like 1. I'll throw Ari a little bit of this meat that's on the counter. Eat that. So, what are we going to do now? First up, taco seasoning. I usually use Taco Bell, but there was none to be had, so I went with the old classic, the old El Paso. Out in the old Texas town of El Paso, I made some tacos with all of my friends. Also, my secret ingredient, the Cheetos dust. That's right, the Cheetos dust. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Alright, so now we got our beef all ready to rock. Now we gotta get rid of our little chopper. Chopper has done its job. We gotta move on to something a little bit more like this bad boy. Put this back on the heat, get some water on all this. And get a little bit of heavy cream going on top of the seasoning. And now we work it all together in a beautiful process. You ready? Okay, back up just a little tiny bit so I can get a good simmer going on this stuff. Here we go. Now it's starting to work itself in. You see that? Now it's starting to come together. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Your nose is like, what is that delicious concoction you got going there? Oh yeah. Okay. Starting to feel like it's pretty good. Starting to feel like it's got a good incorporation of all the flavor throughout the meat. I think we're in good shape here. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a good little stir. Flatten it all out. We'll let that simmer down a little bit. This is all going to simmer down. Simmer down now, y'all. Simmer down now, simmer down. Yum. All right. Well, that's simmering down. A little bit more love to these things. Tonight they're getting chorizo. Tonight we're getting the addition of the Mexican chorizo. This, talk about something you got to be careful of. This stuff will stain everything it comes across. Stain your life. There you go, Ori. Put down on that. Go ahead. Take it. All right, meat's done. Now we gotta move over to this side. What's up, Jen? How are you? Thanks, Cooper. You know I appreciate you, man. For this particular recipe, you want to gut all these things out of your lettuce so that you've got just this left behind. If you're following my exact recipe. What you got? What's the matter? What is it? Let me see. Bring it over. Sit. All right, sit. Sit. Hey, sit. Let me figure out what's going on. You don't want my help. All right, I get it. Figure it out yourself, then. Breathe, guys. Don't die from laughter. Change the music. I can't stop laughing. Ha 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 ha. So funny, this music. Naomi, what would you have done if you were born in colonial America? You'd have been screwed. They would have put you on trial for being a witch. They said they would have been like, this witch. She doesn't like the banjo, she's supposed to be a witch. It's the only instrument we have. I like to keep my station pretty clean as I move. There's not much to clean up afterwards. Take the taco shells, put these in the air fryer for all of about a minute or two. Oh, there's an extra seasoning in here. Wait just a minute. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I'll get this with some more taco. I can save it for the next one too, because that tastes pretty damn good. like whoa, 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 whoa. Four shells should be good. These are called El Paso Bowl Dining Nacho Cheese Shells. They're basically like basically it's a Doritos Locos taco. Galen, how are you? Cheers, everybody. Yeah, you got to get those shells when you can get them. You ever see them on sale, especially? Hell yeah. I had to wet this lettuce down because I saw a little bug in here. Not anything to worry about, but it was just some little thing. So I ended up washing it before I cut it because, you know, just in case you ever see a little bug in your lettuce, you want to give it a little wash. You don't want to be eating any little bug poo-poos. Or maybe you do, protein, you know, I don't know. So I gave it a little rinse, which is why I've been trying to kind of give it a little dry off as well. I like my lettuce nice and crisp, but I don't need it to be like wet. You heard? That's pretty good right there. So, here we go. Wow, I always forget how fast these cook. Look at that. Just like 30, like whatever that was, 60 seconds. You can't even cook them for a full minute. Thank God I caught those, because if I ruined all those taco shells, that'd put a quick stop at our dinner. Hello, beautiful. Thanks for being here. I text you. Yeah, that's doable for sure. There's that thunder. Here it comes. I knew it. I saw that sky out there. I said it's gonna come. I've been in Florida for long enough. I can know. That's one thing I do recognize right away. When the storm is a coming. All right, we've got our perfectly chopped lettuce. Now we can methodically break down these taco shells. So first, the base is the lettuce, followed by a nice, with these I like to kind of just give them a little, they don't have to be like perfectly broken up, but something like that, especially when we have this many of them. Like, the thing I want to avoid is cracking them down into like nothingness, you know what I mean? Like, I could easily just crush this in my hand and make it into like a dust, but we don't want to do that. Again, just putting the love into it, all about getting it the way you want it. Only you can prevent forest fires, and only you know exactly how broken down you want your taco shells. Okay, delicious. We got a nice blend of the taco shell and the lettuce now. See, now you could have made these into the tacos with the lettuce. That's an option. It's all going to taste the same. For me, I like to just put it all into one big bowl and have at it. Alright, so now we've got that. That's our baseline. Most of the time, if I didn't put the cheese in here, I like to put the cheese on top now, because it gives it this nice little delicious kind of half melted vibe. So now I'll take what I want out of this with my little scooper. I'll throw it on top of all this here. I would say definitely, we want a big chunk of it for sure. Look at that, delicious. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo. Now just kind of toss it on top a little bit, just kind of spread it out. That looks good, good ratio. I think. We're gonna find out here. Oh, you take I like this Taco Bell stuff, this Chipotle, whatever. Oh God. Looks like it exploded a little bit. Looks like it explosivo. Grab a fork. That, ladies and gentlemen, is right about the ratio that I'm looking for right there. I want it to be kind of looking like that. I'm sure you can see the ratio, but I'm going to show you. Now, sometimes I'll throw a little salsa in here. Well, I don't think tonight I'm doing that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on what kind of a vibe I'm in. I'm gonna take a bite and we'll find out. A hefty bite too. I'm not doing a thing to this. Besides eating it all. Yum! Oh, that hits the spot. What's up, Jason? Grace, how you guys doing? Alright, how good is that? You want a bite? I'll give you a bite. Is that approved? Does that get a certified doggy approval? Is that good enough for you? Oh, you're going to eat that whole bowl. Wow. Okay. Don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you, little one. Somebody likes it. Oh, I'm happy you guys are feeling better. That's not a great weekend. Or sorry, a week. Sour cream's the most important ingredient. Well, I have sour cream. What's up, Galen? I said hi to Galen a few times, didn't I? Yeah, I like sour cream, but I don't like it that much. Wow, look at this dog. He was housing that stuff. That whole bowl's gone, isn't it? You're chewing the bottom of the bowl. Oh, you're licking the bowl. Alright. Stop looking at that thing. There's one more in there. Did you like that? Was that good? Sit. Lay down. Speak. 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 Good girl. You already got that whole bowl as your treat. Don't think you're getting something else. Lay down. Stop barking. That's no more barky. That's not gonna. I didn't say speak. I didn't say that. Sit. Hey, sit. Good girl. No, sit. Just relax. There you go. All right, that's fine too. Relax. You just got so much food. That wasn't good enough. Come here. Oh, you don't want to? Oh, you don't want to do that one, huh? What if I told you I got a whole bowl of that stuff you just ate right here in my palm? Huh? What if I told you I had a whole bowl of that? Then would you want to come over? Come here. You know better, right? You think you know I'm trying to trick you. Aren't you terrified of wolves? Hell no. Wolf's pretty easy to kill. Pack of wolves though, then you're in trouble. One wolf, you should be alright. If you were quick enough, you should be alright. In terms of if you could just give it a swift kick to the throat, that thing would be toast. You kick a big cat in its throat, it's not really going to matter. Depends. Most of the time, they're just too tight. Their form factor. You know, doesn't have that open, like, kind of exposed little piece. Harder to get at. But wolves, they got that throat just ready to just sitting there out in the open. Bears, that's what terrifies me. Bears, I'm scared to death of bears, man. Bears, oh my God, those things are so mean. And like, if it wanted to eat you, it would just eat you. You'd just be hanging out and it would just be eating you. There'd be nothing you could do about it. Wouldn't matter if you were Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wouldn't matter if you were the strongest dude on the planet. Some grizzly bear, that thing would just eat you up if it wanted to. Bears. You're scared of the El Coyote. Oh yeah, I bet you are. Good evening, Monarch Miracles. How you doing? How about mountain lions? Yeah, big cats are scary. Just cats in general are scary. The thing about cats is that they typically, like, they're all kind of the same in the way that, like they kind of spook. You can spook them. You can convince them that, you know, you're scarier than you really are. Like wild dogs and hyenas, they wouldn't fall for that stuff. Wild dogs would just kind of like follow you around and figure out if you were scary or not. You scared a lion enough, it would just kind of be like, or a puma or a leopard or whatever, they would just be like, oh, I don't want anything to do with that. Certain animals, like that's what you can do. Like bears too, that's how you get them away from you. You scare them. And if that doesn't work, you're screwed, just like with the cat. You gotta hope that works. Yeah, exactly. That's your only hope, I should say. Well, it's like with sharks, you know, you give them a quick punch to the snout. And if you're lucky, if you happen to be in a position where you can do that. If you can't, then most of the time they're attacking you from below. So how the hell are you gonna punch something in its mouth if you don't even know it's coming? But if you're diving with them and they start to get a little aggressive while you're like petting them and stuff, you're supposed to just give them a little shot to the snout, because that's where all their electrical receptors are. Like a shark senses everything up front. So if you whack it in that thing, it's like getting punched in the balls. Shark is just gonna be like, I'm done. I gotta go recoup. All animals have different ways that you're supposed to handle them. You know, like porcupines and stuff like that. When you come up on them, you're not supposed to sketch them out. You know what I mean? Skunks, things like that. You're supposed to just kind of back away slowly, like, you know, because if you spook them, that's when they shoot that stuff at you. It sprays you, whatever. I've been around a lot of different kind of things, you know, living up north in the woods and stuff. You come across a lot of stuff. I've never been, I've seen some wild things in my day. You know, I mean, I've seen some wild dogs even, but I've never seen, when I say wild dogs, I'm talking like coyotes, wolves, and things like that. The things that exist up north. I'm not talking about like African wild dogs like running around in a pack. But I've never seen a big cat up close, like in my territory. That would freak me out. Or bear. I wouldn't even know what to do. I mean, I do technically, because with the bear, you're just supposed to be like, you're supposed to just get huge and yell at it. You're supposed to just put your, like, which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. Some big giant thing that could easily just rip you apart, you're supposed to just yell at it and get big. It's like you'd think that that would like challenge it, but for some reason bears are just like, they don't want, they're so omnivorous that they don't want to, like the effort of having to do that. Unless it's against like another bear that smells like a bear and they have an instinct to like fight the other bear over territory. With you, it's like, it doesn't really know you as a threat. It doesn't know you as a food source. So if you get weird with it, it's just kind of like, huh? You see people doing it all the time. There's tons of videos on the internet of people encountering bears. And you know, they always just get big and loud with them. You know, they're always like, back away, bear! Back away, bear! You better hope you got the bear spray, that's all I know. If that sucker decides it changes its mind, you better have that bear spray. This is not a handgun. I mean, most people aren't walking around with like Desert Eagles or like, you know, 5.7s or like super deadly handguns. It's not a normal kind of thing you'd be carrying in the woods, like a knife or any of that stuff. It's gonna protect you from that bear. You could stab that thing 50 times. It would be like no big deal. They're scary. Grizzlies are scary. Like, I'd put my money on a grizzly bear over just about anything. Well, polar bears I'd put my money on over anything. I think a polar bear, if you like literally put it in a life or death situation, I bet you a polar bear is gonna rip apart lions, tigers, whatever the hell you put in front of it. That polar bear is gonna destroy it. It's just got too much power. Maybe like a silverback gorilla, you know? smart too, you know? Powerful, intelligent. That might be the scariest thing on the planet. Outside of the ocean. But then it's weird, right? Because you have people like Jane Goodall was the chimps, right? Who was the lady? Jane Foster? No, that's Thor. Jodie Foster is the actress. Gorillas in the Mist. What the hell's her name? Maybe it is Jane Foster. You got people like that who just go out and hang out with gorillas, silverbacks, and the gorillas are like petting them and stuff, hanging out, and you're like, what? An animal like that has more power than it even knows what to do with. It's all just like petting people. Oh, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I see polar bears doing that. Not unless you reared them from the young. Silverbacks and stuff, they're just wild animals. They just go right up to them and like, hey, how you doing? Hey, May, how are you? It's interesting thing to think, right? Like, what's the most deadly animal? The answer's pretty easy and pretty hippie to say. But I'm pretty sure if you all took a second to think about it, you'd all know pretty easily who the most deadly animal is. Yeah, Jane Goodall, that's what I was thinking. No, Jane Goodall's the chimp lady. No, Jane Goodall's the chimp lady. Gorillas in the Mist. Different lady. Jane Goodall's the chimps. I always mix them up too. She helped out in Animal Kingdom and stuff. The deadliest animal on the planet. Diane Fossey, that's it. Gorillas in the Mist. The deadliest animal on Earth, by far, is you're looking at him. The human being. Homo sapien. Mankind. The most deadly animal to ever exist. T-Rex, the most perfect killing machine the world has ever seen. And then about 60 million years later, along we came to take the title. Crazy. Humans are just, it's crazy. We're disgusting. We're like crazy. It's actually crazy. Jane Goodall was at Disney World one time when you were there. Yep, she helped out at Animal Kingdom. I remember all that when it opened. That was one of their ways of like Disney putting in that good PR, you know. They were like, hey, if Jane Goodall signs off on this place, who are you to say anything about it? Very smart. But I'm sure she wouldn't have signed off on it if she didn't feel like it was the right place for, you know, that kind of like ecological studying and preservation and, you know, the concept of Animal Kingdom to educate people about animals in general. And of course the future of Animal Kingdom, which is to ride banshees and go on Moana adventures. That has nothing to do with animals. Animal Kingdom! Next thing you know, they'll put Wakanda in Animal Kingdom. They'll be like, Zootopia. At least those are animals. If you're gonna shovel IP down my throat, at least make it relevant. Make it The Lion King, Jungle Book, and Zootopia, and all that stuff. Like, I don't get it. Is The Lion King that old? That, like, The Lion King only gets one thing, it gets a show? Or just a ride? You know? I don't get it. All that music, like... Where's the Ariel type ride with Simba? Why does it need to be Moana? Why does it need to be Zootopia? Are these things even as popular as The Lion King? Like, I know Moana's popular. She's probably my favorite Disney princess, but Moana's not a... And it's like one of my favorite movies. It's not better than Lion King. The Lion King is like cinematic gold. The opening of that is like only on this part of like Saving Private Ryan. You know? The opening is just so iconically crazy good. In my opinion, it's the greatest opening of any movie ever. I don't think there's a single better opening. The whole, like, Elton John jamming, like, writing this crazy song performed by just an amazing, like, choir of African singers, and I always forget that guy's name who sings it. I think it starts with like an M. It's like not like Mbaku, like that guy from, it's like Mbatu or something. Man, I'm just thinking about it. All the animals, and then they get up to the Pride Rock and like the Lion King, dun dun. Oh, it's crazy. I don't get why that doesn't go into Animal Kingdom. You missed when Epcot was educational. I know. Remember when Epcot was the experimental prototype community of tomorrow? And now it's just trying to keep up. The apes and the monolith. That's true. Yeah, that's true. It's a little more esoteric, that whole movie in general. You got to be on top of your game. That's like that's Stanley Kubrick showing his particular brand of what he does, which is not something I've ever enjoyed. I don't like any of it. I don't like Clockwork Orange. I don't like Blade Runner. Lion King's just more like, first of all, animation, don't forget, like, you know, pioneered, Walt Disney, like, pioneered animation. Studios and the man. So I think the pound for pound, you know, don't forget that nobody has more Academy Awards than Walt Disney. Nobody, ever. Definitely not Stanley Kubrick, right? The guy's just a genius. And I think that if he was alive, he wouldn't have been able to do a better job with The Lion King than was done with it. At least the beginning. Do you think Kubrick helped fake the moon mission? No, I don't think it was fake. I don't think that the moon landing is fake. I know there are people that are convinced that that's something. I mean, I just don't. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It wouldn't make sense. It wasn't that important. The space race was not like that important. I mean, at the time it was this huge thing, but I just think that if the technology was there for the Russians to have been doing it, without question, like nobody questions that stuff. Because I guess like Sputnik and stuff was visible, so people knew that's what it was. It wasn't like a question of whether it had happened. But like, there was a launch, right? Like people were at the launch. So like what, nobody was in there? And what about the return? Like, how did that all get fixed? You know? How did they fake the return of those guys? It's not like they just went up there and then they didn't come, and then the next day they were home in bed. Like that was a big deal. Those guys coming back, like the idea of if it would succeed, how, you know, they were interviewed right after. I don't know. I just don't feel like it holds up. There's a lot of orchestration that would have had to have happened for most conspiracy theories to beat. You know what I mean? It just takes such levels of orchestration that, like, I feel like we've become too spoiled as a society. You know, with like the way that we consume media and stuff. It's like everybody's got this notion that it's bigger than what it is. Illuminati stuff, you know? Nothing can be because it was. It has to have some deeper, you know? It's so weird. I don't listen to the Russians. Not until they decide that they want to stop trying to put the USSR back together. I don't really. Well, I don't watch the news, as Jenna knows all too well. Man, I love this Animal Kingdom group. It's so good. It's an interesting story. Oh yeah? What kind of interesting? Like worthwhile interesting or no? The Russian scientist. Did he say the zombies are coming? doing, Arito? You enjoying that toy? You chewing it up? Did you have fun today? Did you have a good dinner? Did you go to the dog park? Huh? She's cute. That's a cute dog. Well, everybody, I'll see you from AK tomorrow. We're going to get out there and do a little something, I hope. It is Mother's Day, so I want this to kind of go with the flow. The taco stream is over. Thank you for being here. My friends, enjoy your night. Happy Saturday. Don't get into anything too crazy out there. Trash days tomorrow, yep. Yep. I won't be forgetting. This drink is nice. I am gonna finish up my taco bowl. I got a lot of laundry to do tonight. A lot. I actually need to start like right now before I even do anything else. So as soon as I shut you guys off, I'm gonna be putting back. I've been listening to a bunch of Star Wars lore from like, I forgot so much stuff about Legends. Like I'm so focused on what Star Wars canon is now that I forgot so much about Legends Star Wars. I was listening to all this cool stuff about like Darth Bane and Junta Paul and Frida Nad and Nagasato, all these dope old things that are like Sith that I used to read books on. I'm like, wow, I forgot these people even existed. I hope Star Wars figures itself out soon. Like I spent 3 hours today just listening to it, you know, cleaning my fish tanks and the pool and stuff, and I was like, the time just flew by. So that's what I'm gonna be doing tonight, is listening to some more of that. There's a fat in my teeth. Good night. Ari, you wanna say good night? Yo, look at the rain. Hey, what'd I tell you? Couldn't have picked a better time. Look at this. Ari, look at that outside, huh? Ari, look at outside. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I told you the rain was coming, didn't I? Oh, I told you the rain was gonna come down. Whoa. Nice. I'm gonna open my window and listen to this and do some laundry. Much love. See you guys tomorrow. Hit the button. Bye.